As we continue on here, you have the pineapples leading out into the lawn. Getting to some hydrangeas. You notice she's got them blue, so that means she's got them planted in acidic soil. So she did that on purpose. Birdhouse right there among the greenery. Little touches around throughout the whole yard. Looks like she's getting ready to plant something here or transplant something, but she dug up a hole there because I'm sure she's always gardening.
Well, I'm afraid the storms keep me busy.
The storms keep you busy.
Yes.
Little things like little touches like this, it's kind of whimsical, stuck in behind this rock. Now you notice how she did that. She has the rock there, and then she put some height behind it. If she didn't have that rock there, it wouldn't be nearly as interesting. So it makes it really interesting to pick a focal point and work off of that.
And that rock came from Southern Grace.
That rock came from Southern Grace. Plug for Southern Grace.
Very special rocks there.
And you know she did a rock wall around the tree. She has one of the tree faces in there, as you can see. She's done rock work around this planter right here, this planting area right here. She has a little garden right here, which is always a plus. She's got a few tomatoes coming on there. She loves sunflowers, so she has sunflowers pretty much everywhere. And as we step back into the jungle part of the tour, we'll call it, she has a rhododendron garden back here. Has a little Asian theme going on back here, bamboo bench, a pergola, a pagoda. Just a little Asian theme that she has going on back here. Very low maintenance. You can see she did a pine needle underneath of this pine tree, so it kind of looks really nice. And as we step up through here, this is the future area. She may be putting in a pondless waterfall or something. She hasn't quite decided what she's going to do. But once she gets done with this part, it looks like the whole yard will be done. She'll have to sell her house and go get another one. So, the little Celtic cross right here. Some gargoyles around, if you see those. Those did come from Southern Grace. Just little touches, little whimsical touches too. In this shady, really dark shady area, she decided to put this really bright blue, cobalt blue gazing globe back here, so it really stands out. You can even see it in this shady area. Little snail right here is really cute. And I'll notice throughout the whole garden, you can hear water running. I mean, she's got the centerpiece fountain there and the fountain over there. You can pretty much hear the water running from every spot in the garden.
Well, Kenny, I'll add something. It's a challenge. I've been in this garden 10 years, and as you know, gardens take years to perfect. So this one's not at maturity, but for instance, the tree we're looking at now has grown, probably doubled in size in the last 5 years. So my sun garden became a shade garden.
Oh.
As you know, you move plants continually to accommodate what their light needs are.
Now, do you move plants primarily in the spring, fall, or whatever they need?
Anytime I have time.
Anytime that you have
Hopefully
time.
before they get too large, yes. Spring would be.
You know, this pergola is very nice. It's a nice touch in this garden. On the one end, as you can see, we were down there earlier on that little patio. And on this end, straight out from that patio, she has Poseidon statue. And she bought that from us a couple of years ago. She's got a beautiful pedestal on the bottom of it, shell pedestal, as you can see. She has the hostas in around that to frame it, and it's a very nice way to display that statuary piece right there. A lot of people make a mistake. They'll put a statuary piece with nothing around it. The hostas here are softening this, blending it into the landscape. She's got this tree behind it, and you really don't notice this statue until you are coming through the garden. So as you come into her backyard, you don't even notice these pieces, which is the correct way to do statuary. Now as we go throughout the garden here, more hostas. I'd hate to say how many hostas. Do you have any idea how many you have, Lauren?
No idea.
She did a nice little touch here. She has, these are basalt columns. Basalt is actually a natural rock formation. It comes when lava pushes up through the earth and it cools, and it'll have these sides to it. Now this isn't perfect, but some of them are 8-sided. But this is a basalt column. It came from the Massanutten Mountains over here in the Shenandoah Valley. We had a few of them there as a store, and she wanted them, and since she was such a good customer, I let her have them because I didn't intend to sell those. They had a little sentimental value to them. these Leland cypress that she's planted here, she said are 10 years old. You can see they've gotten pretty large in that 10 years time frame. So they just help in giving her the shade. It shades, I'm sure, almost the whole yard in the late afternoon all through evening. Pan statue right here. She's got taking advantage of this little sunny spot here. She's got a couple of roses right there. And Pan is right there beside that rose. He looks really nice in there. And we'll take a look here at her brick patio and walkway that she has throughout. Are all dry laid. You can see they're very nicely done. They're aging out right now, getting moss on them. She's got her table set up here. Another gargoyle. This is a fish scale gargoyle. And you notice this head planter right here stuck in among these spots. This is a unique stone piece too, I do believe. It sure does look like it. And you notice how she's got that in that corner right there, kind of softened that corner up. You can imagine what that would look like without that. So it just really adds a lot when you can do little touches like that. Over here is another piece of statuary. That looks like a pan. No, that's not a pan. I'm not sure what that is, but it's a unique piece. Now, Lauren, is there anything here that you want to point out to as we go through?
No, you've said it all. I think the fun of the garden is just as it changes, you go with it and you move things, you find places where you need things, you realize you have too many things, but that's the problem, Kenny, when I come visit you. I always find something, so I have to find a place for it.
Well, I'll point out one of the things I think Lauren is doing really, really well. I know everybody's been by these houses where there's just tons of statuary and stuff sitting outside, and the way she's got it set up, when you come in here, you really don't see these statuary pieces. You don't see these things that she's done. So as you move through the garden, it's like little discoveries along the way. So it's not a piled up mass of stuff. She's got it set out just right. As you look out through there, the only thing you're seeing right now is this centerpiece fountain. And as you go through the garden, then you'll see the Neptune statue or Poseidon over here on the right. And then the little fountain over, or the large fountain over on the left with the patio set. And just things like that you discover as you go throughout her garden. Now, I don't know how big this garden is. I would say maybe it's a half an acre. You can see what she's done in a half an acre. Half an acre is not a huge area. And she has created an oasis back here. Shade throughout, different places to sit. A very relaxing place to go. We've got a little corner up here where she's got a little nook that she's created. She has a bench up here. A little bird bath, little fairy or angel bird bath right there, and a bench that she turned, a lion claw bench, and she turned it the opposite. I'm not really sure. To follow the curve of the walkway. There we go. So I'm glad I asked. Then there's a mill wheel here that is from France that she picked up along the way. Just to sit there under that tree to give a little interest under that tree. And then we have a frog gargoyle, kind of looks like back here. You know, she has another entrance into her garden right here. This opens up onto the street. So you kind of see that opens up from the front yard and the street. So as you come into this garden, she's receiving guests. This is probably where she'd have them come in through. And then there's a candle right here too to lead the way through. And another candle right here. So if she's entertaining in the evenings, she's got lighted. That corner is actually lighted until you get out here into the garden way. So chase Pan out through there one more time. Lauren, we'd like to thank you for letting us come here.
Well, thank you for visiting. You've made me feel like I've done something.
We were here last year and I saw it and I had the idea this winter to film it. I wanted to film it, and we were busy this spring, didn't get here. This is actually the July 7th or 8th. Right now, so we didn't make it in the spring when maybe everything was as beautiful as it possibly could be, but you can see everything still looks great. The shade keeps the things from burning up. I think that really helps her in her yard, and we've had ample rain this year, so it's a good combination.
It'll look differently next year.
Yeah, it looks different every year, I'm sure. So thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good to have